Hello, everybody. My name is Green Plays here, and today we're gonna be talking about Toontown YouTube. What is Toontown YouTube? That's a good question. So basically, what Toontown YouTube is, it's YouTube that's about Toontown. So Minecraft YouTube, a Wizard 101 YouTube. That was a poor example. Uh, Basically that. And I got a few problems with Toontown YouTube. Just a bit of background about my experience with Toontown YouTube. I grew up with Toontown, and I also grew up with YouTube, so I have experience with Toontown YouTube, like very personal experience. Like, it was my whole life. At the same time, I don't know a lot about it. I don't know like all the people in there, like at the top of my head. So I don't know all of like the community members individually, but I know like I'm familiar with like Toontown videos. So I know like the most popular ones. I know like Coach Z. I know Mega Snoop. I know, I guess gag strategists. That's a poor example. But that was like one of the major ones, I guess, in like early Toontown, like Twitch and YouTube. It's also Twitch. I'm also including Twitch here. What the heck? I just noticed that ToonHQ like finds my Toontown account for things. It's kind of creepy. So that's kind of the breadth of my knowledge. I think early Toontown YouTube, I would find like Toontown AMVs where they would just type the words in and then do the music and do like the rhythm of the music. That was pretty funny. And then also like Toontown movies, I guess, like Cog. Yeah, I was there when Cog appeared. I'm an OG. What? Okay, I guess we're just doing three vlogs anyway. So yeah, that's kind of my history with Toontown YouTube. And then after that, like early years, we got like I think Code Z was early. Relatively. Oh, I also watched a few of Random Tunes early videos before he got hacked. So I was there when the hacking appeared. So that's I'm like I was there when Random Tune got hacked. I'm one of the OGs. Uh and then after those early days, we get to like the medium days, like early 2010s, I guess. I think I was in middle school at this point, so I was a bit less of the Toontown nerd. I also got into Wizard 101 and Clip Penguin, so I was less of a Toontown person. Fun fact, I didn't max my Toon. I only got to like Donald's Dreamland. So I wasn't like a big Toontown nerd. And that's another fun fact about me. I'm not a Toontown nerd. So a lot of what I'm saying right now is in that perspective. You should realize that. So I'm not really a big Toontown person, but I do have I have history with the game. So don't think I don't know what I'm talking about, because I have experience with Toontown. So I have a bit of insider knowledge. Anyway, then it comes to the modern Toontown. And how did modern Toontown appear? Honestly, in my opinion, it's exactly when Random Tune stopped uploading Uh, because you know why. Uh, I'm not gonna say the D word, or the PA word. But I honestly think, Quackity stopped doing Toontown a bit before that date, and that was kind of a huge blow to Toontown because he was pretty big and he did some funny stuff. So I also consumed his content. Oh, jeez. So, when both of those people stopped, I think that's when the Toontown YouTube died, because those are basically the leaders of YouTube for Toontown, and once those figures stopped uploading, the whole Toontown YouTube scene felt different. It felt more dead to me. Like nothing was happening. That kind of sucks because now you get people like, I think especially, maybe, I don't know when this started. There's a certain point between when Random Tunes stopped uploading and now. I think there was a transition between that. Like I feel like no one knew what to do after that. That's also when I stopped paying attention, so I don't know these specifics. But the community the part of Toontown YouTube that I cared about, I couldn't find it anymore after Brandon Toon stopped uploading. Personally, he was a really huge part of my life because he kind of got me into doing editing. So I'm kind of biased toward him. And when he died, it was sad, obviously. But I don't think the community recovered from that. Like Toontown YouTube died after that. It got boring, and maybe that's because of the game too. That's another thing. But also, I mean, Toontown is a boring game in itself because you just have to grind to get stuff. If you want to max, you have to grind the crap out of it, and that's not fun to do. I don't like grinding. So like you can do other things, like especially like early Toontown, there were other opportunities like clans and stuff. Now people don't do that anymore. They're more like I think the main Toontown audience is college students and people with Discord, and they have like other video games they can do. So honestly, that might also be part of it, and that the Toontown game itself is kind of dead. Like there's like 3,000 people. I think as far as I know, membership has been constant with Toontown. But really, I haven't seen a lot of like interesting things coming out of Toontown. Besides field offices, I guess that was pretty cool. But like there was no like content around there that really. I didn't really care about the content that came out of that. I guess the most I got out of that was that I found that there are other people outside of Mega Snoop and like Smirky who was streaming, and they actually seemed pretty cool. So there was like I saw that there was actual cool people in the content creator side of things. But beyond that, I didn't really care about the content at all. And that kind of makes the whole accomplishment of field offices feel pointless to me, because the way I consumed Toontown was through YouTube. That was like my main way of doing Toontown, and that kind of died. And then that's the majority of why I don't really care about Toontown anymore. I also have a life now, but like when I try to go back into it, I don't feel good about it. It's kind of an oof moment, yeah. Okay, so let me give you some examples. Mega Snoop, He's cool, but also you have to know who he is in order to appreciate his content, because all he does in his videos the cage is not opening. There we go. So, okay, Mega Snoop is cool, but you have to know who he is, because all he does in his videos is just talk about his life. And I don't care about your life if I don't know you. Honestly, I mean, you can have as many exciting things about yourself, but if you're just talking about your life, and that's like the most interesting things that you're talking about, I'm not gonna enjoy it as much if I don't know you. So it has that sort of restriction. Like if I had the time to get to know him, I feel like I would enjoy it a bit better, but I don't have the time. And also I like consuming other things. And if I have to work to like learn about you, then I'm just not gonna do it. Anyway. Sorry, Mega Snoop, but that's my opinion about you. Smirky kind of has just been the same as he has been before. I haven't seen a lot from him, probably because he doesn't do YouTube. I'm not really a Twitch person. I think Mega Snoop is trying to do things like he's trying to like edit more. The last time I've consumed his content, which I think is pretty cool. But like, if you compare him to like Random Tune, who was like a god at editing in the community, then yeah, you're gonna need to work a lot more for that. And also the way he's doing editing, how he's introducing editing in his videos is different from Random Tune, because he's doing what every other YouTuber does, which is video essays. That's the sort of market he's trying to get into. And like, I hate video essays, especially if it's about a video game, and especially if it's something that I don't really care about. And also if it's something that like, if you're not a Toontown nerd, then you're not gonna enjoy it as much as if you are a Toontown nerd. And I feel like I need to be a Toontown, like, actual fan of Toontown in order to, like, appreciate Mega Snoop. And also I need to understand him and know him as a person. And putting these two things together turns it into a thing that I cannot watch all the way through without feeling dead on the inside. So in that regard, kind of messed up. Anyway, another modern YouTuber that's sort of appeared after, you know what, is Duckington Finch. He's probably a great guy. Like he's able to like make good content, but he's basically doing the exact same thing as every other wannabe YouTuber. And what do I mean by that? Well, one of his latest videos was a tier list about cogs. And I don't care about that because I'm not in the Toontown community a lot as much as I've been. Even worse, it was cogs about like all of the other Toontown servers. And so you have to understand about all of those. You have to understand things about all of those Toontown servers. And so that's just not a good video for me personally. I think the fact that he does things that every other YouTuber does sort of makes it bad. In that I don't care about the content. That's kind of my general opinion. Number one, I don't care about it because I'm not a Toontown person. And then number two, if I want to like it, then I have to be in the Toontown community more than I already am. Anyway, another thing about Dunkin' Fish, another thing that he did was an animation. Now, that animation was pretty impressive in terms of animation, and also I had no idea Toontown players were this dedicated to the game and also this artistic. So that's pretty cool. But I also did not enjoy it. Number one, it used a song from Encanto, which I did not personally enjoy. Yeah, hate on me. I don't care. And then secondly, it's about something that I don't know about. It's about Toontown Uno. Tuno, I think. And so not only do you have to understand what Tuno is in order to enjoy that, but you also have to enjoy the song that came out of that. And so that really leads to me not enjoying it. But I can understand the craft that came out of that. I appreciate it, but I also don't care about it. And I think that's what kind of leads me to my main critique about Toontown YouTube. I can appreciate what people are doing, but I don't see myself in really personally identifying myself with it. And I feel like if people were still doing that as they did, if people were uploading things like they did in pre-modern YouTube, then I would enjoy it more because I would identify myself with it more. To progress even further, they're kind of using Toontown as a means to an end. Like they're using it as a way to sort of make content that everyone else is doing. Like it doesn't feel like Toontown YouTube at all. It just feels like mainstream YouTube, but for Toontown. And with that, it just doesn't feel personal at all. There's no personality in it. And I feel like even with Mega Snoop, he's trying to do videos that aren't in the Toontown genre. Like he did one about Mario. And I think the risk behind that is that you're going to become something like Quackity, where he just found success in Minecraft and other things, and like another form of content. But also when he was doing Toontown stuff, although he didn't really care about it, he was making content that felt like Toontown YouTube. So they do it to a means to an end, because it feels like they might care about Toontown, but it also feels like they don't care about Toontown. They're just trying to make content out of it in order to get popularity and get success out of something that I don't think you can really be successful at unless you do something new with it. Toontown is sort of a game that you can't be mainstream because mainstream doesn't care about Toontown. You can't try to make mainstream care about Toontown. In the Toontown online games, I don't think Toontown is ever mainstream. And now that Rewritten is here, it's even less mainstream. Ludwig live streamed it once, but then after that, it became less popular again. And then there are also news articles about the field office, but the only reason why there was an article there, the only reason why that was newsworthy was because that was a thing that they were wanting to make, and we were expecting that they would make because Disney made it. So that was just newsworthy in general. I think anything after that is not going to be newsworthy because news doesn't really care about it. As a journalism major, I understand a bit of that, and none of what Toontown is doing is newsworthy anymore. You can do a lot of stuff with Panda 3D in general, but if all you're doing is just remixes of the base game, then you don't really, it's not gonna be something that the news cares about. You understand me? Anyway, so with Toontown, you shouldn't want to be mainstream. Toontown, the definition of Toontown YouTube shouldn't be mainstream. It should be more personal. Like what Random Tune did and what Quackity did. I mean, personal. I wouldn't say personal. I would say edgy. Like they didn't glorify Toontown. They just made content out of it that was fun. And everything that's happening right now is glorifying Toontown. At least the mainstream Toontown YouTube. There is YouTubers that are doing other stuff besides that, like Coachy's Evil Twin. But even his content's kind of mid because all he does is greening, and I don't really care about that anymore, at least because I don't care about the game anymore. You can do so much greening at a certain point it becomes bland. There's one YouTuber that I do appreciate. I think it's a group. It's sort of, they do something similar to Code Z's Evil Twin, but they edit it in such a way that it's like those meme edits, but they do it in such a way that's like actually entertaining to me. I'm searching it right now. What is this YouTube? Pizza Maker 8000? Toontown Corporate Clash, why no one plays it anymore. Interesting. Am I gonna do a reaction video and a commentary video? Jesus Christ. I'm playing Toontown right now. I can't. But yeah, there's that one YouTuber who just edits it, and like it's not anything huge. Like it's just really funny, and you get the feeling that they just want to do it for fun. They don't want to do it because their audience wants them to do it. I feel like that's what you need. You just need to have fun with Toontown YouTube. And if you don't actually like the game, then it's not going to be Toontown YouTube anymore. You don't even have to like the game. If you just enjoy making Toontown content, then that's all you need to be a Toontown YouTuber. So that's kind of my thoughts on the matter. I don't want to put too much claims about Toontown YouTube, because I'm not really invested in it, so I don't really understand the full like environment about Toontown YouTube. But that's just how I'm feeling, and hopefully you understand where I'm coming from. And on that note, I'll end the video here. I'll hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like and subscribe button. I'm gonna try to do more commentary stuff because it's easy, and I have things to say. Yeah, I'll see you later. On the flip side, I don't know.